Hello gentlemen, this is Mr. Chance, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to diagram a sentence. So here's a familiar sentence. We saw this on our first batch of prepositions worksheets. The shoppers went into the store. Now what you've been doing with these up until now is classifying them by first identifying prepositional phrases. So by now, of course, we know into is a preposition. Into what? Into the store. Now that I've identified that prepositional phrase, I know that it can't be the verb or the subject of the sentence. If I wanted to, I could put a line through it to remind me that I don't get to use that for anything else. Then I ask, what's the verb? The shoppers went. Verbs are almost always actions. Went is the verb. Then I ask, who went? Shoppers. That's my subject. That leaves me with only one word, the, which is an article, and we're going to label articles A. All right, very good. Boom, this is what we've been doing. What you're going to do next are diagrams. That's the basic structure for a diagram. This horizontal line here is the line on which the subject and the verb will go. This vertical line here divides the sentence between the complete subject and the complete predicate, which we've also been doing recently. If we were to look at that line would go right there, okay? Everything over here is subject, everything over there is predicate, same thing on the diagram, okay? Now, let's look at this. This is the subject, this is the verb, right? So my subject is shoppers, and my verb is went. Nothing has changed. If I have done this correctly, these two words should be a short sentence. Shoppers went. What did the shoppers do? They went. See, short sentence. It's not a great sentence, but it works. Now, everything else goes on the diagram depending on whether it's part of the subject or part of the predicate. The is an adjective that describes shoppers. So it goes on a diagonal line underneath shoppers, the shoppers. Now here's where things start to get perhaps a little confusing. This entire prepositional phrase, into the store, is an adverb. It answers the question, where? Where did the shoppers go? Into the store, okay? But it's not one word, so we have to treat it a little bit differently. The format for prepositional phrases works like this, okay? Works like that. And on this line, we put the P, and on that line, we put the OP, okay? So the preposition is into, the OP is store, and notice we've got the, another article, right? Just like that one, okay? Which means it's an adjective, and so it gets attached to the word that it modifies. The. Don't know why I did that in red instead of green like all the others. I'm not going to worry about it. Now that I've done this, every word in the sentence is on the diagram. Okay? And that's the important thing. Everything in the sentence ends up on the diagram. Okay? So we're going to be learning some new stuff along with this as well. But don't worry, this gets pretty easy. By the way, put this example in your grammar notes. That's the one with the graph paper, right? And the graph paper makes drawing these diagrams so much easier. Thank you very much. I'm going to walk towards the computer and stop recording now. Don't get scared. I'm just stopping.